Hello dear first grade students, I'm Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher, and today we have a new video in which we explain the first lesson of the second unit of the fifth grade curriculum, a unit consisting of 7 lessons. The first one is about the expression, equations, and variables, and the second and third one is about the variables inside the equations and how about telling stories with numbers. Next, we have the second part of the unit. We have the prime factorization and the greatest common factor. And after that, we have the multiples and the least common multiple. And after that, we will define the difference between the factors and the multiples. Okay, so let's begin with the first lesson today. Is about the expression, equation, and variables. Okay? Listen to me carefully. Our first lesson here, we must understand it well because it's very important and is considered the base of the algebra in mathematics. So we must focus on it very well. Okay, so let's go. If we have two numbers, like I have 25 and 52, what is the difference between 25 and 52? Or what is the number that we can add to 25 to be or to reach 52? Okay, so I have now a unknown number. I have a missing number. Okay, so I can write this in this form, like 25 plus question mark equals 52. Okay, so if I want to convert this form to equation, we can replace the missing number or the question mark by any letter like X, Y, A, B, C, Z, any letter or any symbol. So we can get 25 plus X equals 52. This letter here or this symbol here, we can call it variable. Okay, we can call it a variable. Okay, so here I have two sides or two expressions. The first one is 25 plus X and the second one is 52, and we have an equal sign between the two expressions. So I can say this sentence or this mathematical sentence is an equation. Okay, so the statement 25 plus X equals 52 is called an equation, and the used letter X is called a symbol or a variable or a noun. Okay, so if I have an equal sign, I can say this sentence or this statement is an equation. If I don't have an equal sign, so I can say this is just expression. So I can define the difference between the mathematical expression and the equation like this. The mathematical expression is a statement contains numbers and symbols at the same time, separated by one or more operations as addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division, and doesn't contain the equal sign. So the expression does not contain the equal sign. Like if I have 7.4 plus 2.5 minus 1.5, so this is a mathematical expression and I don't have an equal sign. Okay, and all of these is just expressions. I can say it or I can write it just by numbers or numbers and variables like this. I have 49 minus x minus 24.5. So I have here a variable is x, okay? So I can call it an expression. And I have here the equation is a mathematical sentence with an equal sign. So the amount on one side of the equal sign has the same value as the amount on the other side. So the right hand side of the equation equals the left hand side of the equation. Okay, so I have here 4 plus 3 equals 7. This is an equation because I have here an equal sign. Okay, I have here 24.8 minus x equals 17.5. So this is an equation because I have here an equal sign and a variable and numbers. Okay, and all of these is equations. Okay, because I have an equal sign in each one of them. Okay, so this is the difference between the expression and equation. Okay, so if I want to know the difference in examples like this, so I have here the question says write equation, expression, or neither between the two brackets. Listen to me. Maybe I will have a sentence that I cannot call it an equation or expression. Okay, like the first one here. He says Henny saves 15 pounds every day. How much does Henny save in a week? This is not equation and this is not expression because it's not a mathematical sentence. It's just an English sentence or a verbal sentence. So I can't call it equation or expression. So I can say here neither. Okay, it's not the first one or the second one. Okay, so let's see the second one. I have here 2.45 plus 13.12 minus 1 minus 5. I don't have an equal sign. This is a mathematical sentence, but I don't have an equal sign, so I can call it expression. So the second one is an expression. Okay, the next one is 1.8 plus x equals 2.8. I have here an equal sign, so I can call it equation. Okay, so the third one is equation. Next one, I have here 3.6 plus 1.4 equals 5. So I have here an equal sign. Okay, so I can call it equation. This is very nice. Okay, next I have 35.45 minus k equals 15. So I have an equal sign. Okay, so I can call it equation. That's very easy. Okay, the next one, I have here the sum of two numbers is 13.8. What is this? It's not a mathematical sentence. It's just a verbal sentence. Okay, so I can't call it equation and I can't call it expression, so I will write neither. Okay, next, here I want to convert or change every verbal sentence to an equation, and I will use a variable to represent each unknown number in every sentence. Okay, so the first one here, the sum Listen carefully. The sum. So I will use addition operation, okay, of a number and 6.5 is 9. Listen, the sum of a number and 6.5 is 9, okay? Is means equal, okay? So I will write an equation. So I will write the equal sign first, okay? The sum of a number, this number I don't know, so I will use a variable like x, okay? So I will say x, and the sum of a number and 6.5, so I will say x plus 6.5, okay? So x plus 6.5, the sum of a number and 6.5 is 9, so it will be equal to 9. So our equation in the first one is x plus 6.5 equals 9. This next one, I have a number if added to 1.7, the sum will be 2.8, okay? So I don't know the number, so I will use a variable like maybe y, okay? So I will say a number if added to means I will use the addition operation, okay? So y plus 1.7, so I will say y plus 1.7, okay? The sum is 2.8, so it will be equal to 2.8, so it will be equal to 2.8, okay? So our equation is y plus 1.7 equals 2.8. But if I wanted to write 6.5 plus x equals 9, is that right? Yes, because we know that the addition operation is commutative, so the order doesn't matter in our operation, okay? And the second one, I can say 1.7 plus y equals 2.8. So this is right, and this is right, and this is right, and this is right, okay? The third one here, if 9.23 is subtracted from a number, subtracted from, so I will use the subtraction operation, okay? Then the result is 23.5, okay? Listen to me carefully. I don't know the number, so I will use any variable, like I will use now n, okay? So this number, if I subtracted from it 9.23, the result will be 23.15. So which number is first, 9.23 or n? I will subtract from n, so n is the bigger number, so I will write n first, and I will say minus 9.23, okay? And the result means equal 2315 or 23 and 1500. So I will write here 23.15, okay? So our equation is n minus 9.23 equals 23.15, okay? Next, the sum of two numbers is 17.35, okay? And one of them is 14.5. Okay, it's very easy. The sum here means I will use the addition operation. Okay, the sum of two numbers is 17.35. Is means equal to. So I will say it's equal to 17.35. But he says one of them is 14.5. So I will write the first one is 14.5. But I don't know the second one. So I will use a variable like maybe m. Okay, m. So I will use m as a variable. So I will say plus m. Okay, so our equation is 14.15 plus m equals 17.35. Okay, next I have maybe multi-choice questions, and I want you to focus on it very well. Okay, so the first one, which of the following is a mathematical expression? Listen, which of the following is mathematical expression? Mathematics expression. Okay, so the first one, m plus x equals 9. Second one, 1.2 minus m equals 0.2. The third one, 3 plus 6 equals 9. And the fourth one is m plus 44. Okay, expression means I don't have an equal sign. The first one have an equal sign. The second one have an equal sign. The third one has an equal sign. Okay, but the fourth one does not have an equal sign. So I will choose the fourth one as the mathematics expression. Okay, the second one here, which of the following represent an equation? Okay, so I will search for the equal sign. The first one here does not have an equal sign. The second one here has an equal sign. Here does not have an equal sign, and here does not have an equal sign. So I will choose the second one as my choice. Okay, next one says all the following are equations except. So I have one choice is not an equation. So I will search for a sentence does not have an equal sign. The first one has an equal sign. The second one does not have an equal sign. So I will choose it directly. Okay. The third one has an equal sign. And the fourth one has an equal sign. So all of these is an equation, and the second one is not an equation. Okay. Number 4, I have m plus 8.5 equals 10. Is called, I have here an equal sign. So I can say it is an equation. So I will choose directly an equation. Next, the mathematical process 7.5 plus 3.6 equals m represent what? I have an equal sign. So it is an equation. So I will choose directly an equation. Okay. Next, y plus 12 is called what? I don't have an equal sign. So it is an expression. So I will choose an expression or a mathematical expression. So I will choose the first one here. Okay. Next, I have 2.3 plus x equals 5.8. So I have an equal sign. But here he asks me about the variable. The variable here is a symbol or a letter. Okay, so 2.3 is a number, and 5.8 is a number, and x is a letter. So the variable is x. Okay. Next, Basma wanted to write an equation with a variable to represent 12.5 plus a number equals 15. Which of the following would be correct? Listen carefully. He says, or she says, 12.5 plus a number, 12.5 plus. So I will write it as we read, 12.5 plus a number that is unknown for me. So I will use a variable. So I will use here x equals 15. So I will write equals, and next to it I will write 15. So the equation will be 12.5 plus x equals 15. So I will choose my second choice here as the correct choice. Next, number 9. If we subtract 5.23 from a number to get 9.42, then the suitable equation is what? If we subtract 5.3 from a number, so the number here is the biggest one, and I subtract 5.3 from it. Okay, so this number is the first one or the biggest one. So I will write the variable that represents that number, okay, as the first one. So I will write the variable first. So I will choose like x, okay, and I will subtract 5.3 from it. So I will say minus 5.23. To get means equals. So I will say equals 9.42. So I will write 9.42. So my equation is x minus 5.23 equals 9.42. So I will search for this choice. It's number C. So my choice is number C. Next, Ivan wants to write an equation to represent adding a number to get 7.5, adding a number to 7.5 to get the result 9.8. Okay, adding a number means I will use the addition. Okay, to 7.5, so I will add a number like x. Okay, I will add a number like x to number 7.5. Okay, to get the result means equals 9.8. So I will write 9.8. So my equation is 7.5 plus x equals 9.8. So my choice is C. Okay, the last one is Suzanne walked 1.63 kilometer in the first day and 1.72 kilometers in the second day. Then the equation which represent the walked distance in the 2 days is what? He wants me to use the subtraction operation or the addition operation. He wants the total distance. He wants all the walked distance in the 2 days. So I will use the addition because I want the total distance. Okay, so I will use the addition operation. Okay, the first one was 1.63 kilometer. So I will write 1.63 kilometer. And the second distance is 1.7 kilometer. So I will write 1.7 kilometer. And after that, I will write equal because I want the sum, I want the total, and I want an equation. Okay, so I will represent the walked distance as a variable. Like here, I want to represent it in with d. Okay, so I will write equals d, and this is my equation. Okay, so it will be 1.63 plus 1.72 equals d. Or maybe he wants me to write d first. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the equation. So I will write d equals 1.63 plus 1.72, and this is the correct choice for me right now. Okay, so with this, we have finished our lesson today, which was about the difference between the equation, expression, and variable, and how to create equations and use equations in our daily lives. I hope that we have understood well and solved many exercises in this unit so that we can understand more. And you, if you have any questions, send them in the comments, and I will see you in a new video, a new lesson. I am Mr. Ahmed Magdy, your math teacher. Goodbye.